Yo, what up, my Knicks group? This is Slim. I'm in Brooklyn, Court Street. All right, I gotta put up an update just to put this down for posterity's space on the internet. This is the best Knicks team I've seen in my life. All of a sudden, I like this team better than almost any team I've seen. I feel less. They're a more complete team. They are a more complete team than we've had, I think, except for that brief period in 2012-13 when Woodson played Kidd and Novak at the same time. But that's another conversation. This conversation is about the addition of Josh Hart combined with Jalen Brunson, and I see that what Leon Rose just did was the same thing that Red Auerbach did with Bird and McHale, which was he found two players that were the same player but different. That's what you get. Now, when you've got two guys like that on the same team, and they've already proven this in the past, and I think they're going to prove it again, those two are a true duo. Just like Bird and McHale were almost the same player, just different. Jordan and Pippen were almost the same player, but different. Now we've got Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, almost the same player, but different. That's how a team begins to get a real character. That's when a toughness of two people can spread through the whole team, and I've never been more psyched for a Knicks team to be able to do this out of confidence in seeing the intelligence behind those two moves for those two particular players. This was Greg Popovich style. This is recruiting by mentality, by mindset, by toughness. And suddenly, I don't care. I don't mind Tibbs. I do hate the 9-man rotation. It's an excuse. What really made us good was that Grimes starting. Grimes is a great player. Great. You see him? He knows how he can be that guy who hits 8 in a row, or he can be that guy who waits and gets that one. He's another tough head. So we got a bunch of great tough heads right now, and I'm totally psyched. Yeah, that's it. Just wanted to say hi. Go Knicks. I think we're gonna really enjoy the rest of this season. You know what I mean? Win or lose. These are guys I like. This is what I like to see. Just get Obi out there. Come on, man. Get Obi 12 to 15 a night. Get him 15 to 20 a night. 15 to 20 minutes. Let him have a consistent run of minutes in the 15 to 20 minute range. Let him learn to play defense. Let him learn the spacing on the floor. You can't learn it without minutes, and you've got him in a trap where he doesn't get the minutes to learn, and then he gets punished for not knowing the spacing. That's bad coaching. Thibodeau, spacing. That's how you know he doesn't know what he's doing on offense, because the team can't space itself. And that's because they've given up on the post game. We need to bring back the post, bring back the battle for the block. Bring back the battle for the block. That's what we miss. That's what we love in Pat Ewing. Patrick Ewing, you can say what you want about him, but Patrick never ducked a dunk in his life. Patrick never ducked a dunk. That's why I will never like any other player better than him. Patrick did whatever anybody asked him to do without complaining. That's his only problem. Our problem was we made him a number one option. Nah, man. You get someone else and give them 25, 30 shots and let Patrick crush those offensive boards. Let Patrick let Patrick completely wear out the opposition as a weak side threat. That's when Patrick was great. As a weak side menace. It's so dumb that you take a guy like that and be like, yeah, I mean, I know he's got a great shot and all, but like, let him get them by not being a number one option. But the reason for the post game, though, is to make a fight happen in that space. The reason for the post game isn't to score points efficiently. The reason for the post game is to turn the ball game into a fight. It becomes a battle for position. I'm going to stand here and you're going to have to fight me all game long. That creates a different tone, it creates a different temperature, and it establishes an optimal passing angle for three-point shooting. 5 out relies on the driving kick, which is suboptimal without an accompanying post game. Spacing ultimately in the 5 out, you'll see it work a couple of times, but eventually guys will run through all their patterns and you'll wind up with people who are just looking at each other and nobody knows where to stand. This is characteristic of Knicks offense. That is the problem of 5 out, of being overly committed to it. 5 out works for 5 to 10 minutes at a time. Then you need to run your offense through the post and establish the deep in out. You want to establish that I am going to sit here on this block and make you work all game long. And I'm going to exhaust you. And that's what Patrick did, and that's what I loved about it. But anyway, that's what I want to see. I want to see Mitch sit. I want to see Sims just get a lot of catches on the post. Don't even worry about scoring. Just run the offense in there. Ram the ball inside. We're going to stand here and we're going to pass the ball here. Boom. And you got to establish that. The block, and the foul line. You got to establish, like Brunson already established that he owns the foul line, you know? Brunson owns the key. He owns the foul line. We need somebody to own the block. Once we own the key and the block, our three-point shooting, the pass through, that's what Fournier is good at. Fournier, if you look at that game where Fournier went off, watch how those passes went. They went boom, boom, through the middle. You establish yourself strong in the middle so you can establish the middle as a passing outpost. 5 out doesn't do that. 5 out doesn't do that. And that's a game that Obi is great for because he's always on the move. You gotta have Obi constantly in motion. Obi needs to be always running. Obi without his feet moving is a waste of space. Obi, run. Just when Obi's on the floor, Obi is moving. Never still. Never still. Bounce, bounce. The guy's like a puppy energy. Let that guy burn your opponent's energy. All right. This has already gone longer than I wanted to. So later.